can you catch it? With your bare hands?
Yeah.
You think that the butterflies will land on your fingers?
What?
Land. Flying and land on our finger.
But it don't land on my finger.
That's why we need a net. We need a net. Like the boy, he caught fireflies with his net. And he put those fireflies in the, remember? The something that made of glass.
Gem.
Not germs. Jar. The jar. That's right. Okay. Wetlands. I love wetlands. Wetlands are where land meets water. Why I don't say anything? Okay. Wetlands. There we go. Oh, remember this man?
Yeah.
Let's see them.
We are in a wetland. Man, take a look around. This here is a wetland.
Where is he?
It's a wetland.
And what? Oh, lotus.
Lotus.
Yeah, those
Now,
flowers.
what is a wetland? A wetland is a land that is wet. You might
is wet.
not guess that,
Yeah,
but
land
it's
is
kind of muddy.
is kind of
Lotus.
muddy.
It's kind of stinky. It means a lot of different things. They can look a lot of different ways. It's the zone between the land, which is up here, and the water, which is down here. That transition zone is right there in between, and that's what you're going to call a wetland. It could be salt water, or it could be fresh water.
Fresh water.
And it might actually dry up from time to time. But if it gets
Dry up.
wet regularly when it rains, then we consider it a wetland. Now, there's a couple kinds. There are marshes,
Marshes,
there are swamps,
swamps,
and there are bogs.
bogs.
Now, marshes and swamps are part of a bigger body of water, like this river. And then a bog is kind of like a puddle, but it's not as deep, and the soils are kind of special there. There. And marshes are dominated by grass and maybe leafy plants like these things up here in the front. Okay? A swamp is dominated by trees. Now, wetlands are very, very important places. It's not really the kind of place you want to come down.
Wetlands are very
You
important.
do, but wetlands are super important to us. Now, one of the big things that they do is they will protect us from floods.
What does the wetland do for us? Protect us from flood. Do you even mean do you even what is flood? Here, take a look at this. This is flood. Now here. Flood. Water from the rivers floods into the cities where we live. That is flood. Yeah, huh? Hey.
Page 4, Unit 1.
There, flood. Let's see how trees stop flood. I'm sorry. How tree stop flood. There, tree. We cannot. There's nothing. There. How tree prevent flood. They are spraying water on a piece of land that there were no tree. With the land covered with tree, what will happen? There's spray on it, and as you can see, all the water floods in. But is there any water floods in? There. So that is how the tree protects us. Wetlands protects us from the flood. From the flood.
Okay, now what you're going to see here is that all around, before you can get up to the land, you got to go through these plants there, all right? Especially those grass. The roots go down, they knit together into the soil, and they're going to absorb the power of the waves that wash ashore. Now we're inland quite a ways, but down closer to the coast, when they get a big hurricane, that wave comes ashore called the storm surge, can cause a lot of destruction. Well, those grasses are going to stand together kind of like when you're playing Red Rover, and they're going to absorb the power of those waves and lessen the flooding. Now, like I said, the soils...
Okay, wetland. What? Ah, you and I have watch.
You have a new watch?
I had a new watch.
Ooh.
My mom gave it to me yesterday.
Your mom gave it for you
Yesterday.
But you lost it?
Actually, my old one is broken.
Your old one is broken? And then you have a new one?
Yeah, because
What's the here?
the button to adjust the time. Yeah, take it out. I spin it. There. Adjust the time. So it's number 5. There.
I like
There. Okay. Now let me just adjust the time. There we
Ooh.
are here.
Idea. What are you put here?
To lock it. To lock it. To lock it so that it won't move.
It cannot move.
That's right. Now, wetlands. Of course, it's the snake. Oh, it can't be.
I bet you never heard a rap from a blade of grass. Yeah, I'm a reed. Reed is my name. Gonna be taking me next time we get a lot of water. And my cousin, we soak up a whole lot of water, keeping things balanced like a living on a teeter-totter. In the spongy mud like a game of rover. We're holding back a mighty flood. Come on and visit. Canoe through. You gonna see in a tall waving at you. Oh yeah.
He looks silly.
He looks silly.
Oh, that is no good. Okay. What animal lives in the wetlands? Oh, okay. No. Ecosystems. There, wetlands.
Are often found in low light or all of the year. Wetlands can contain fresh water or salt water.
Wetlands.
And
What water do they contain? They contain. Is fresh water or salt water? Both. Sometimes they contain both of them.
And are often found in low-lying areas near lakes and rivers or in coastal areas.
Coastal.
The water-covered soil in a wetland is often rich in minerals,
Minerals.
which helps
The soil in the wetlands has a lot of minerals. Minerals.
support a great variety of plants. Common plants include water lilies,
Water lilies.
duckweed,
Oh, that's right. Those are the frog. We call these duckweed.
Duckweed.
Yeah, the plant duckweed.
Cattails,
Cat.
Tail.
Oh, it's not cat tail. Cat stale. Stale.
and a variety of bushes,
Bushes.
Look.
ferns, and
A
short.
boat.
A boat. We call that canoe.
Canoe.
We call that canoe. Mwah.
trees.
There, canoe.
With an abundance of
Oh,
water and
tadpole.
variety of plants,
Oh,
wetlands support a great diversity of animal populations.
nah.
The organisms within each population interact and reproduce.
What that?
Oh,
A great variety of birds can be found in wetlands,
Like?
which provide them with food, a safe place to reproduce, and a place to rest during migration. Wetlands attract a great variety of frogs and other amphibians that are
amphibians.
dependent on water for reproduction.
Oh,
Tackle.
You'll also find a variety of reptiles,
reptile.
like
These are
alligators, turtles,
turtle.
lizards, and snakes.
Those are reptiles.
Wetlands are home to a variety of different mammals.
A bear.
Giant moose wade in the shallow water in
Giant
search of food.
moose.
There's beavers,
Beavers.
porpoise, and capybaras too.
Fire.
Underwater, you'll find an abundance of fish. You'll find them out of water too.
Oh, fish can
As the amount of water in a wetland changes from
That's
season to
weird.
season, the type and diversity of organisms can change. When a wetland is at its driest, plants may die and there are usually fewer
They
animals.
paddle on the muddy mud. They paddle.
During the wet season,
Oh,
plants grow
buggy.
back and animal diversity
That's
also
right.
increases.
That's right. Like crawling.
There's a rich diversity of insects and other
Insect.
small
Maybe
animals too.
insect. Maybe little insect.
Wetlands are biologically diverse wonderlands. Are there
Wonderland.
any wetlands in your area? What
Oh,
plants and animals can be found there? How does the wetland change throughout the year?
there.
See you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator. There. Isn't that cool? Now, can you tell me something about the wetland? Can you tell me something about the wetland that you know? Oh, amphibians. Wetlands are the home for amphibians. Like what? Frog. Frog. Toads.
Toes?
Mm.
Oh, toes.
Toads. Or reptile. What kind of reptile can be found in wetlands?
Snake.
Snake? Anything else? You got this.
Alligator.
Alligator is also a reptile.
And
And
ducks.
duck is not a reptile. Tur.
Shadow.
Lizard. Lizard. There. So how many reptiles can be found in wetlands? Now let's count again. Alligator. Live.
In the wetland.
There, they live in wetlands, or they can be found in wetlands. Lizard, alligator, turtle. Oh, that's it. There. Now, take your seat.
Mom. Go on.
Take your seat. Now. Forest.
Let's begin with tropical forests. A rainforest gets needs rain all year long,
All year long.
while a seasonal forest has a rainy season and a dry season.
Rain.
But both of these types of forests receive more than 8 feet of rain per year.
8 feet of rain.
Here's another interesting fact. There are more animals living in these tropical
Look,
forests
look.
than in all of the other habitats combined.
Yeah.
Everybody can I like everybody all the time.
All the time. Mwah. All right. So, oh, would you look at that? There is a interesting fact about the forest. The forest has more animals living there than all of the other habitats. The forest is the great place, is a great habitat for animals to live.
Hey.
Wild, right? If you are in a tropical forest, you are more than likely to find animals like
Look at that.
baboons,
Baboon.
bats,
Bats.
butterflies,
What is it?
geckos, frogs, monkeys, tigers,
We can see a lot.
toucans,
Toucan.
tortoises, ladybugs,
Lady.
elephants, and crocodiles, and so many more.
See that?
Temperate forests have trees that lose their leaves in the winter or remain green all year long, like pine trees. There are lots of temperate forests found in the United States and on other continents like Europe and Asia. This is the habitat where you can find deer, elk, turkeys,
Turkey.
and wolves.
Wolves.
And guess what? Way back in the day,
Oh,
dinosaurs used
what?
to live in temperate forests too.
Allosaurus.
A coniferous forest is where the tallest trees in the world grow.
Coniferous.
These trees are very strong
It looks like
and can
pine
survive
tree.
extremely cold temperatures.
It's puppy.
Many animals call this habitat
It's
home.
puppy.
Is pine
Animals
tree.
like eagles,
Eagles.
owls,
Owls.
raccoons,
What is it?
A goose.
giant pandas,
Yeah. Panda.
weasels,
Weasel.
Weasel.
Mm-hmm. Weasel. Weasel
What?
is very fast
Why did he do it?
because he observes.
And then
Yeah.
to do what?
To stay away from the predator.
What did it?
Huh?
It dangerous?
Oh, baby, of course predator is dangerous. Do you want to be killed
No.
or eaten
No.
by the predators?
No.
Do you want to be a prey or the predator?
Play.
Prey is the animal that be eaten. I eat you. I am the predator. You are just a small, weak prey. And if you are an animal and I am the rabbit, for example, you are the fox, then I will be the rabbit. Then you will be the predator. You hunt me.
No.
No, no animals here. Okay, weasel,
wasps,
wasps.
Wasp.
Wasps.
It looked like a
Giant
bee.
pan-
It is a kind of bee. Wasps.
pandas, weasels, wasps,
Wasps. Wasps. It's very hard to pronounce the word wasps.
Wasp.
Yeah, wasps wasps makes honey.
Honey.
Yeah.
and
What that
worms.
mean? Look.
Look. What?
Excellent.
Our Earth is pretty amazing.
Amazing.
Hey, what is that over there?
Is that?
That's right.
Mountain.
It's a mountain.
Mm.
And mountains are another kind of habitat.
Yeah.
The temperature up high is much cooler, and the oxygen is much thinner.
Mm-hmm. There is less oxygen there. When we higher than the ground, there will be lack of oxygen. Yeah.
than in places closer to the ground.
There.
But there are still animals that live there.
Live in the mountains.
Creatures like badgers,
Badgers.
What's
beavers,
that?
they're
Capybara.
animals that live
No,
there.
beaver.
Creatures like badgers,
Badgers. Mm-hmm. Badger.
beavers,
Look,
Beaver.
beaver.
It's
Not
not
capybara.
No. Beavers.
buzzards,
Buzzard.
Buzzard.
foxes,
Foxes.
red pandas,
Oh, isn't that cute?
wombats,
Wombat.
wrens,
Wrens.
and gorillas.
Gorilla live in the mountains.
The polar regions are the coldest places in the world,
Polar
and the
region.
land is partly frozen. As you
Frozen.
probably already guessed, these habitats are found at the north and south poles of the Earth.
North and south.
Animals like polar bears, penguins, whales, and walruses live there.
Walruses.
Habitats are not just found on land. Freshwater sources like lakes, streams and rivers, and saltwater-filled oceans
Oh, what's that?
with their coastlines and rivers and saltwater.
What's that?
Oh. That is not just a fish. It's a lionfish.
Water-filled.
Do you think that they are big? They have all the mane covered around them?
Oh, they have the main cover all around.
Maybe it is because here, take a look at the lionfish. Oh, here. Lionfish.
Lionfish. That is a big lionfish.
Yes, I think it's big like this. Not just a small goldfish. That is a huge one. Oh, much, way bigger. Way bigger. That is the lionfish.
Oceans, with their coastlines and coral
Coast.
reefs, are also
Coral reef.
habitats. Freshwater habitats
What's that?
are home to
What's
many
that?
reptiles.
Fish
Fish and birds are home to many, are also habitats. Freshwater habitats
Hmm. White. There it is. Ocelot.
Axolot.
Ocelot.
Axolot.
Do you know how I can get the name?
Get-
I write white fish with legs. I search, I would type white fish with legs. There. Axolot. Axolot. Take your seat here. Isn't it cute? There, take a look. Now we learn about the ocelot. Oh, it looks yarn. It's yarning. Isn't it cute? Aw, they are.
Water. I don't think that this is a fish, Squeaks. Fish don't really have legs, and this animal has 4 of them. This sounds like a type of amphibian.
Amphibian.
are a special kind of animal that tend to live part of their lives underwater,
Underwater.
and part of their lives on land.
On
Many
land.
people know about frogs, the amphibians that start out as eggs and then hatch into tadpoles in the water.
And
And
what's that? Tadpole.
Water and slowly transform or metamorphose into frogs that can breathe air and live on land. Metamorphosis describes the ways some animals change as they grow up, like a caterpillar turning into a butterfly or a tadpole turning into a frog. There are other types of amphibians too, and given the long body you mentioned, I think this animal is an amphibian called
Amphibian.
a salamander. Salamanders start
Salamanders.
as eggs and hatch into larvae in the water.
It's not lizard.
Then they metamorphose into adults that look sort of like wet lizards, with long
Wet
bodies
lizard.
and 4
It's
short
like wet
legs.
lizard.
Most salamanders transform into adults who live on land. But there are some salamanders that live underwater their whole lives. Hey, Squeaks, what color did you say this animal was? Pink. That solves it. Here, was this the animal that you saw?
Wow. Look at it. It looks like a giant tadpole with a tail.
Yes.
So,
You saw an ocelot. Some people call them axolotls, but it's
Axolotl.
actually pronounced ocelot. Ocelots are a special type of aquatic salamander, which means that they
what animals are they? Aquatic salamanders. Salamanders.
live underwater their whole lives. So I can see why you would mistake it for a fish. Take a look at this adult ocelot.
Oh
What
my-
do you notice? Ooh, the bits on its head do look like feathers. And while
Feathers.
they do float around like you might imagine a feather does,
Feathers.
those things on the sides of its head are actually gills.
They are gills. Baby. What are they? What are they? Are gills.
Gills are special structures or body parts that ocelots use to breathe underwater. Their job or function is to pull in
Function.
oxygen from the water around them. When I breathe, I bring oxygen-filled air into my lungs.
Into your lungs.
And the special veins in my lungs pull oxygen out of the air and into my blood for my body to use. Do you see where the special veins might be on the ocelot's gills?
Veins.
All of those stringy bits have lots of veins in them. When they move through the water, the gills use those veins to collect
Two of
oxygen
them.
and then send it through the ocelot's body. Most salamanders lose their gills when they transform into adults.
They will transform into an adult.
He,
Is an adult ocelot.
she,
Yeah.
And then use lungs like ours to breathe air instead of water. But ocelots and a few other species of salamanders use their gills their whole lives. They look a bit like a kid forever, even though they're all grown up.
Aww.
Ocelots are super cool. They can come in many different colors, like
look,
Do they have one color?
look.
Take your seat. Take your seat. Do they have one color or many colors?
My color,
They have.
my color, or the blue one.
Oh. How many colors do you see?
Blue.
What color?
Yellow.
What color are they?
And white.
And
Oh,
gray.
black, yellow, white, and even the pink that you saw. Ocelots can even regrow body parts like legs and even their heart if they need new ones. They're one of my favorite animals. Well, I don't know if it's a good idea to get one, Squeaks. Ocelots only live in one lake in the entire world right now, Lake Xochimilco. They used to also live in Lake Chalco nearby.
Oh, they only live in Lake Chalco.
Chalco?
Yeah.
Right? But the lake was destroyed. It is pretty sad.
Okay.